Welcome back to the Big Picture Ag Chapter 3 of the Read Your Crop Stories series. We're out here today to look at the crop. It's getting some size to it. A lot of the crop around the country is getting enough size to it that the fields are really starting to look good. They've got that dark green color. They're looking nice and even. But when we start looking at some of the factors we're going to look at today, there might be a different story shaping up a little bit. So I hope you'll follow along and spend just a few minutes, watch some of the things that I'm seeing, and let's see what our crops might be telling us.
Let's start by taking a look at the GDD chart. You can see at this point we're 55 days into the season. For this crop, we're at 766 GDUs. The notes that I've made here in the comments section, I've been tracking the cloudy weather versus the sunny days. You can see in the last couple of weeks especially, we've had probably more cloudy days than we've had sunny days. Maybe not optimum for the crop, but along the way we have been picking up some rain in conjunction with that. And if we scroll down, you can see for this month, 25 days into our 30-day periods, we picked up 6.3 inches at this point, added in with the first 30 days of 2.4. So we've certainly got enough moisture under this crop. Depending on your situation, that may be a good thing and may not. Some areas have been picking up more rain than they actually need. But kind of a look here to see a little bit what's going on with our crop from this vantage point.
We're going to take a look here. We've had a lot of cloudy weather this spring, and I think we're starting to see some things happen here in our flag test, some interesting stuff. Even the plants that came up on the first day are starting to show some separation in size. This is a plant in particular. It's a first day plant, kind of getting up here to this point, but you'll be able to see if we look back here at the plant next to it is also a first day plant. He's got a little bit more size to him. As we step around and look, that plant has a tiller on it, so he's doing really well. Right next to him is a third day plant. He's struggling a little bit. He's not keeping up. Here we have the plant that we put the zip tie on for checking our staging. So we'll be able to see here that plant is at V5. So here's 6, 7, 8. 9 is not quite out, but we've got V8 going on. Got a nice tiller here. Here we've got another first day plant that's not quite as big as some of the others around him. So even though they came up at on the first day, we are starting to see some things happen here, I think just due to the weather. Speaking on the topic of tillers, I am a big fan of those. To me, it's an indication that these plants are feeding really well. They've got the nutrition and a lot of things going well for them. You can see here we've got a plant that has a really substantial tiller on him. One next door has a pretty good tiller going on. Just down the row here, there's another one or two that have them. To me, they're a great indicator that the plants are doing well. This time of the year, while I'd love to say that I'm as good as David Hula and can maintain those through the season, to me, a lot of instances, I like to use them as an indicator of when our plants might hit a stress time. Later in the season, we'll watch for these and see when we start to slough them off. And to me, that's an indicator that, hey, this plant is not getting everything it needs to maintain the main plant, so it's going to pull those some of those nutrients and things back out of that tiller. One of the other things we've all seen through the years is when we make applications of fertilizer, especially some of our nitrogen applications, when we go angles to the rows, we start to see those situations where parts of the field get into the nitrogen faster and they seem to grow faster. But later in the season, they all even up. It's always intrigued me wondering what really goes on, which parts of that really benefit the most, how much of the boost is there with that. And last year there was a really interesting video made the circuit last fall that did some comparing of the ears on those type of situations. So I took a chance this year, took an opportunity with a field that I'm working in here, kind of a good situation with that. I'd love to try to show you the video or the picture across the field, but we all know that a lot of times when we do those kinds of things, it's really difficult to see them in a photo or video. So I came out and I marked some of those areas, the ones that are right over the top of the fertilizer application versus the ones that are not. Later in the season, we're going to keep an eye on those, and as we get to the end of the year, we'll do some of our late season ear assessments on those, and I'll be able to share what we find at that point.
So that's a wrap for this session. As we've gone out and spent a little time in the field looking for the different signs, what are the plants telling us? Some of the plants are saying, hey, I'm doing pretty good. Some of them are saying, hey, maybe not doing so well. But we're going to continue to watch them. We've marked them. We can keep an eye on them as we go through the season. And hey, that's what it's all about. Spending time in the crop, looking for those little signs, just trying to pick apart things, what things good and bad that we might be seeing. So really glad you joined along. As we go venture out next time, we're going to be in that rapid growth phase. That corn's really going to be getting some size to it. And we'll be looking for some of those other signs of things that we might be watching for. So again, thanks for tagging along with me in the Big Picture Ag Read Your Crop Stories series. And I hope you'll join me back here when we come back for Chapter 4 soon.